Hi friends, in this video we'll discuss about the porous media which is interpenetrated into the fluid medium, and one side of the porous media is given with a high temperature. So how the water which is present in the fluid medium will take away that heat which is given on the one side of the porous media. So now you can see on the screen. So one side is the inlet for the water and the other side is the outlet for water, and here in between there is a porous media on which one of the face is given a high temperature. So when the water is flowing through this porous media, how the heat is getting being carried away by the water, so that we need to simulate, and we'll try to simulate in this video. And porosity that is been taken for this simulation is 0.7, and the material what is used in this porosity or sorry porous media is aluminum. So now we'll try to go to the fluent and check the settings, how we need to give the settings and how we'll get the results. So now we can see on the screen. So this is the mesh what I have considered. It is a polyhedral mesh which I got it from the fluent meshing, and you can file this file case file in the description below. You can download and you can run from your side also. So, and I've given the gravitational acceleration in the negative z direction, and in the models I have activated energy and viscous as realizable k epsilon wall function. Click on OK, and in the material, double click the material. So go to the fluid. So go into fluid database. Try to select the water liquid. Click on copy. Close. So already previously done that, so I'm not doing it again. But for your reference, I'm giving these things. And now just go to fluid. So you'll get the two parts. So one is water liquid, and another one is the porous media. So get to the porous media, fff.solid1, and then you tick the porous zone. So then this would be highlighted. So go to the porous zone, and this direction 1 vector and direction 2 vector, it is the porous zone orientation with respect to the origin. So you need not worry because it is already oriented in the axis direction only. So this is the xyz global axis. So the porous zone is also having its xyz in the same orientation, so you can leave it as it is. And in this viscous resistance I have calculated and interpreted and given these values. So how I got these values is with respect to porosity of 0.7. so you can find the equation from where I got these values in the video what I have attached to the description. So previously I have done a video on this porous media, so you can find that values how I got this from the video which I have attached to the description. Similarly, the initial resistance also have calculated from the formulas that you can find in the below video. So I have considered the equilibrium thermal model with the solid material name as aluminum, and the relative viscosity is a Brinkman model of what I have used. So in the thermal model equilibrium, so at each and every instance there is a equilibrium between the porous zone and the fluid zone that we are considered here. And the fluid zone what we have considered is water liquid. So for both the things you can see here, so it is a water liquid the material name, and in this case also for the porous media what we have activated, so the material name or the liquid what we are considering is water liquid. So now after that I'll be going to the boundary conditions. In the inlet I have given a velocity inlet which is 8 meters per second magnitude, and then I'm giving it as a pressure outlet, so that is open to atmosphere, so 0 and 10 with the relative viscosity of turbulence. By default I've left it. And the other one is a porous wall what I have stated here are shown here in this case. So this is the wall, and I have given a temperature of 800 Kelvin to that wall. So in that scenario how the heat would be dissipated, that is our intention in the video what we are looking for. So after that tries to go to initialization and just click on initialize. So it will take few seconds to initialize. So you can see the initialization while you are trying to initialize, the values have been getting very narrower, and I've the values are being going down, so it just indicates a good quality mesh and the boundary conditions are correct. So when you try to go for hybrid initialization, and if the mesh quality and your settings are correct, then you will get this decreasing order of magnitude values. So then go for run calculation. I have selected 5000 iterations and select calculate. So after running the certain number of iterations, I am just showing you the counters, how exactly we are getting on running those iterations. So you can see here. So this is our I have selected a plane. So across the plane, I'm just trying to view it. So you can see here the velocity is becoming 0 before it's touching the porous media, and here it's not 0 exactly, it is 0 to 2.25. So now we can just reduce this value, so 2.2 to 2.25, and we'll just click on display and check how the velocity is inside the porous media. So now you can see here the velocity is still very much low in the porous media. It is in the range of 0 to 2 0, the range of 0 to 0.225. So I'll just give 0.225 and check again. Still it is low. Maybe now we can get some counters here. No, not anything lower than this. Still not. No. It's completely laminar inside the porous media. So yeah, now you are getting some velocity counters here. So it is very much very much low compared to the outside velocity. So it's around 10 power minus 14 times. Here you can see. So this is the velocity counters what we can see at that magnitude inside the porous zone. So now we can 1 second. Now we will check the temperature counters, how exactly temperature counters are been present here. So you can see the temperature here is 800. So that is maximum 800. Now we can see here it is 800, and here it is 300 to 350 Kelvin. So now maybe I can reduce the maximum value to 350, and we can see how exactly the variability is. So you can see here the maximum 350, and maybe you can go for 305 and check. So everything is 305 only. So now we can check out the energy that is being carried by the fluid. Maybe we can use the enthalpy at the inlet. We can go to the reports and check down the enthalpy is what is the amount that is been carried by the fluid. I'll just go to surface integrals. I'm going to mass weighted average. Temperature and that enthalpy. So inlet and outlet. So here it's group 1 means nothing but outlet. So 7737. So this is the extra amount, or this is the amount that is been carried by the fluid due to this heat transfer between the porous media and fluid media. So whenever there is a direction that is involved in the variable, then we need to take this mass weighted average. So enthalpy has the pressure terms and all those things, so that's the reason why I have considered mass weighted average. So now I'll close this. So I hope this video helped you in understanding how to perform this porous media transfer or porous media conjugate heat transfer simulation with respect to fluids. So please do subscribe and encourage me for doing more number of videos. If you have any doubts, and please place in the comments section. Thank you.